bit me turn up in ya. Drip, drip. I bit me turn up in ya. Acha, no more. Keep up, can't stop. Ooh, singer, me, cross, on, killer. Some move, some rock, some slip my liquor. Move, you, wet, keep up, girl. Drop, quicker, make a dance couple times, girl. I take my picture. I bit me turn up in ya. Drip, drip, drip. I bit me turn up in ya. Move, woo, woo, drip. I bit me turn up in ya. Girl, drip. I bit me turn up over this, so one over this, so them turn up over this, so see a hot girl, me a call her hello. If you see big at the dance and the place get mellow, hear me I tell you, so me do my thing, chain do my bling, skip me enemy, them me a little building. Camera, action, flame, when we outside lock down your building, bet me turn up in ya. Drift, drift, drip. Bet me turn up in ya. Drip, drip, drip. Bet me turn up in ya. Woo. Drip, drip. I bet me turn up in ya. Woo. Drip, drip. I bet me turn up in ya. Acha, no more. Keep up, can't stop. Ooh, singer, me, cross, on, killer. Some move, some rock, some slip my liquor. Move, you, wet, keep up, girl. Drop, quicker, make a dance couple times, girl. I take my picture. I bet me turn up in ya. Drip, drip, drip. I bet me turn up in ya. Move, woo, woo, drip. I bet me turn up in ya. Girl, drip.
What is up? What is up? What is up, SFL Nation? And welcome back to SFL Nights with AJ Striker. Thank you so much for joining me today or tonight or whenever you decided to hit that play button or turn on that radio dial. Really appreciate it, y'all. And tonight is a very special night. I have, well, I'm slated to have a couple players. Well, one is supposed to be representing each team that's going to be in the SFL championships that's going to be happening over the weekend. From the Baltimore Vultures, I'm going to have Mr. Nate Brown. He is the vice president as well as defensive tackle for the Baltimore Vultures. And then I will have Alessandro Tomaello. Oh, I know he's going to get me if I didn't say that right. From the Florida Storm, he is also their vice president and defensive and defensive end. So it's going to be a great show. Looking forward to bringing it to you. We're actually going to kind of coast through it a little bit quickly. I do have another engagement tonight, so I'm trying to kind of make time for both things. So we're going to start off first. There have been some new rule changes that Cam did announce today that we're going to kind of talk about a little bit. I can already see the talks that are going on in various chats about some of the things that are happening. So it's going to be interesting to hear the take of my two guests if when Nate arrives, because it looks like Mr. Tamayo is here, but I'm waiting for her Nate. So um, then we're gonna take a look at our new lineup for the divisions. Interesting stuff going on. So today seems like the day of a lot of announcements. But I want to go ahead and bring on my special guest, Mr. Alessandro Tomaello. How are you doing, sir?
I'm doing great. How are you, AJ?
Doing great. I am so glad that you made time for me, dear.
I'm glad to be here.
Thank you. Got a lot of interesting stuff to talk about this evening. Now, since I'm doing the platform this way, we do have some, listeners on radio stations that I'm on, as well as viewers that actually watch the show. So when you hear me read things, that's why. You know,
hmm
looks like we got a comment from Mr. Ron Haynes, a member of the Florida Storm, saying he loved intro music. So trying to get it picked up in here, trying to get it live because this is a very special time for two special teams that have made it. You guys did what you had to do to make it this far. So let's explain how you actually got there. So since you're here, let's go over your game, Alessandro. We have Florida Storm taking on ACA, Alamo City Artillery. I mean, 45 to 17, that was a big win with a big statement behind it. First, Mr. Tomaello, I'm actually interested to hear your thoughts on this because I'm looking at the graphics here, and I see ACA only was able to score a, a touchdown in the second and the fourth quarters, and a field goal in the third, where you guys scored in every quarter. 7 points in the first, 10 points in the second, 7 points in the third, and 21 points in the fourth quarter. So, man, tell me, what are your thoughts on this game?
I mean, it was a great game. We knew that Alamo City is one of the better teams in the SFL from last season. They have displayed a um, great offense, great defense throughout the season, and we knew we were being faced with a tall task when going against them. Um, the thing that actually mm, really struck me the most in the game was, and I know I'm saying this as a defensive player, but it was the defense that was put on the field. Yeah, you sure you can see that we actually got like 500 yards of offense, but we kept their our opponent team to 17 points, and they actually got, I think, one of their touchdowns late in the fourth. I might be mistaken, but I'm pretty sure that was the case. So honestly, sure, we've had
Mhm.
we scored 45 points. We've had a good offensive game, but I've been really really impressed as a player, as a member of the front office, and as a Florida Storm member with the defense that our head coach Art Vandally has been putting on display in this new season, with this new game, with these new rules, with these new builds for the players. It's been really impressive to see, and I'm very happy to see that it's been translating well to the playoffs as well.
You know what I'm happy to see? I'm happy to see Optimus Klein back
Yeah,
in as
yeah,
your general manager. I'm really
yeah.
happy to see him back in the league again.
I mean, yeah. It
Good dude.
was it was a hard hit seeing him leave, and we were all happy for him because he was actually moving to greater things. But whenever the situation ended up being what it was, we knew that he was thinking about just leaving and retiring and leaving the server. But we knew as soon as I saw the message that Mighty sent us in our group text chat for the front office, when he said, "Well, guys, what would you think about possibly getting Optimus back in the on the team?" And everybody immediately went with a resounding yes. He's a great teammate. He's a great guy. I'm super happy to be able to know him and talk to him on the regular now, since we're unfortunately with the off season coming up. That's sort of the championship game for us, member of the rest of the front office who don't actually coach. So that's the most part of our work goes in, and we've been talking pretty often recently.
Yeah,
So yeah,
that's
is
good.
such a great guy to have on your team, in your locker room, helping you with everything. Optimus, if you're watching,
Times two. Love you, man. Love you. I was actually he was doing another league for a little bit, and I was one of the quarterbacks, like college kind of stuff. Um, and I was on his team, the Aggies, so it was
Mhm.
cool. He's a really good dude. Shout outs though. I wanted to do a few shout outs for this game. Bullet Boletsky had 348 yards, 47 attempts, five touchdowns, and his longest run was 35 yards. Wide receiver Stephen Bush had 42 yards, and Ron Haynes had 66 yards. Defensively, cornerback Ryan Davidson had an interception. Outside linebacker Leon Thunderman came over and made noise. 8 tackles, 3 assists. Outside linebacker Ryan Tobin with a sack and a tackle for loss. 4 tackles and 2 assists. And Caleb Gibbs with this 104-yard kick return touchdown. You better do it, honey.
I am
If
so
you
happy
had to
about
do
Caleb. I am so happy about Caleb. He's been amazing in this whole season. We've had him on the team since drafting him. I was actually the one who
Mhm.
had scouting him during the draft process. I was super interested in him. He displayed such a storm character, and he's completely bought in our team culture, and I love him. And honestly, just happy to see that kick return coming back.
I know you were. I know you were. I want to give ACA some shout outs because they actually had a fantastic season. Greg Soto put his foot in his playbooks. He locked himself. He told me he was going to lock himself in the basement and just focus, and he did. And that's the reason why they were so successful, even getting to this point. So hold your head up, ACA. Shout outs to Brad Jones, running back, 22 attempts, 103 yards. Yayo Montana with 169 yards. Um, 8 receptions, while tight end Garrison Blue and wide receiver Hank Earl Troll both had a touchdown. On defense, shout out to safety Rain Ye, 13 total tackles, and outside linebacker Rob Foraker, 10 total tackles. So, all right, man, congratulations to Florida, getting back in that limelight. It's not like y'all not used to it. You have three titles, so it's not like y'all new to this. But
I mean,
congratulations on
I
getting
mean,
back there.
some of our guys have. I don't. I'm looking for that first.
Oh, that's a good point. That is a good point. And speaking of ring bearers, I have Mr. Nate Brown joining the podcast. Hey,
What's going
Nate.
on? Hey, how you doing, beautiful? What's up, Alex? How you doing, man?
I'm doing fine. How are you, Nate?
Oh man, ready to get this game on and cracking tomorrow. You know what I'm saying? We're trying to get to it. We done had some vulture
Indeed. But
Thanksgivings. It's got to carry over to the weekend, though. You feel me?
I mean, I know I'm trying to hit a quarterback. I know you are trying to hit a
I hope
quarterback on the field. So
Hey, I've been having a great past 2 weeks. I have a sack all season.
all I'm saying is, as a quarterback, I don't really like hearing that,
Oh,
personally.
my bad, my bad, my bad.
sorry. We'll
No,
stop.
you
Sorry.
good. No,
I,
no, you good.
I did give you I did give you a hug last. It was a hug. It wasn't a sound. It was a hug. Just it was
Okay,
a vulture
first
hug.
off, wait a minute. Wait a minute.
It was a
Wait a
hug.
minute. First of all, it took two of y'all to tackle me. Okay, let's get that out
Hey,
there. I ain't been
you,
sacked like that all year, so don't.
you're a tough person to hug. What I mean, we got to keep our eyes on you. You know what I'm saying? We know when you get your arm stripped and you get throwing them balls. You know what I mean? We don't want that noise. So we had to keep you. We had to keep you calm. Keep you calm. That's
Clearly,
all.
clearly. But another team, that was kept calm in all of this was the Fort Worth Toros that had an outstanding, amazing season. I do not want to take anything away from that team. They did their thing going into this game undefeated. Um, it just wasn't in the cards. Um, Baltimore 41-20, 41-21 stats. right here. Before I go into anything, Baltimore scored in all quarters 3 points in the first, 10 points in the second quarter, 7 points in the third, and 21 points in the fourth quarter, where Fort Worth, no points in the first quarter, 7 points in the second, 14 points in the third, and no points in the fourth quarter. So, man, Nate, what before I go into my team shout outs, man, what are your thoughts on this game?
Against the Toros.
Yes.
Uh, uh, mission
I got some
accomplished.
stats on the screen for you if you need
It's mission accomplished. You know what I mean? We most important thing, we try to keep everything in front of us. And they got that Jay-Z Bacon, so you gotta keep him inside the skillet, or he gonna rush over everybody. So um, for real, I mean, we played them in the preseason, and they did us good. So you know, we saw them on the schedule, so we knew we was going to see them. They got that 12-0 victory. I like that though, but hey, the ship comes through Baltimore, man. You got to get the ship. You got to come through Baltimore. That's all I can say to my people. We don't be bragging or nothing. We just saying, we done been there 5 times, so you got to knock us off before you get that chip. So that's the name of the game. We
Okay,
gonna play
okay.
it to the best.
I mean, unfortunately, ain't nobody. I mean, really, can you argue with that? Right this second, at this moment, right now, you can't get no
Yeah.
arguments from me about it, especially us. So,
It's not no
but
art. It's a straight up fact, man. The ship goes through Baltimore. You knock us off, and then there it is. Other than that, you gotta come to Baltimore. And when you come to Baltimore, we coming to my city, Cincinnati. So we got to show out for sure for the city. You know what I mean? Even though we got whooped in Cincinnati on the first
okay.
day of the convention, so I remember all the things that were said about us. So the last game, we
Mm.
putting
We gonna
everything in
get
the basket.
we gonna get we gonna get to that in a second. But I do want to give some shout outs for the game that y'all just had.
Oh, go ahead.
I want to give a shout out to running back Jay-Z Bacon. 22 attempts,
Hmm.
90 yards, one touchdown. Wide receiver Cade Steven and Steven Hacker both had touchdowns. On the defensive side of the ball, shout out to cornerback Ryan Davis for his one interception. Defensive end Jerry Degon and Jeff Duffy both had half sacks. And safety Delaney Nash, 15 total tackles. E.K. Vincent had 14 total tackles. Baltimore, quarterback Jack Wigmore, 22 completions out of 27 attempts, 357 yards with 2 touchdowns. Fullback T. Roy Gaines with 26 attempts, 86 yards, 2 touchdowns. Running back Warren Murray had 14 attempts, 59 yards, 1 touchdown. Wide receiver Mac Chima, 148 yards, 8 receptions, 2 touchdowns. And wide receiver Ivory Irvin, 120 yards of his own. Defensively, middle linebacker Frank Smith and cornerback Elijah Warfield both had interceptions, while defensive end Joe Duncan had 2 sacks. Frank Smith and Nate Brown had a sack as well. So, good game all around, man. I mean, hey, y'all, yeah, hey, looks like the key to this win, holding them scoreless in the first, holding them scoreless in the fourth, and laying it on while you have the chance, and you did that. So better game plan one. At the end of the day, cannot take anything away again from the Fort Worth Toros having an undefeated season. No one could seem to figure you out um, until this last game, and you got to hold your heads high for that. So.
Yeah, yeah.
But oh, looks like we gotta go ahead, Nate.
Oh, and I was just gonna say, when you go up against the masterminds, and when those two guys get in the laboratory, who knows what they could come up with? And you saw the proof was in the pudding. It's 41-21. You know what I mean? I didn't know I was gonna do it, but I approved this message though. So
Oh man, let's get to some shout outs. I see them over here building. Matthew Sullivan. Here we go again. We hear that is Maddie Matt over from the Seattle Nemesis. Of course, we got Ron Haynes in the building. Caleb Gifts is the man. That kickoff return was crazy. Christian Bagajalupi. Crazy how neither ACA or Fort Worth made it to the championship. And they definitely had the pieces. They had the talent. They had the coaching ability to make it. Sometimes it's just not in the cards. It's not your season. Hey, we could say the same thing. Grant Hardaway, what's up, man? Always here, always watching. I appreciate you. What is good? What is good? Maddie Matt gives Alamo City a shout out, saying, Alamo City, great run, y'all. You're serious contenders. Here's to the next one. Peace. And then apparently Grant Hardaway, like what you said, Nate, tough person to hug. I mean, if I don't want you touching me, absolutely. If I don't want you to touch me, then don't come near me. It's okay. Right, just own it. All right, guys. So we're moving on to why we are here today. We're here to talk about this championship game that is upon us. And of course, you guys are going to go for your own team. That would be, um, why would I ask you which team you're voting for, right? That's kind of crazy. But I want to know from you. I have a few facts that I actually kind of pulled up, but I want to know from you, what do you think your team will have to do in order to be victorious in this matchup from the other team? So, pull up my notes really quickly, give y'all some time. So, in the championship matchup, the Florida Storm taking on the Baltimore Vultures. Both teams have been in the championship a few times. Baltimore has won 5 championships, and Florida has won 3. Both teams either contain Hall of Fame players or Hall of Fame players and coaches. Baltimore is number 1 in first down conversions, total yards, and red zone field goals, while Florida is number 1 in red zone scoring and and time of possession. So, with these facts in mind, I'm wondering how this was playing in the psyche of your coaches when they were making their playbooks. Were they looking
Mm.
at these stats, that that you guys are known for? So I will start with you first, Nate. What do you think about this matchup, and what do you think Baltimore is going to have to do to prepare for this sneaky Florida offense and defense?
Oh, well, they ain't nothing sneaky because they running backs been sneaking up and down the field. So we got to keep the running backs contained, control the quarterback, and try to get some turnovers. That's what we do. That's what the Wake do. We get turnovers and make fumbles and interceptions. That's what we try to do. That's what we're trying to do. I ain't saying we're going to do, but that's what we're trying to do. Keep the running backs at a minimum. Make the quarterback do things that he don't want to do, and keep that pressure up. That's what the Wake do. That's what we're gonna try to do. We're gonna make it
Okay,
interesting.
Alessandro. Of
I
course.
mean, looking at their most recent games, they basically scored 90 points in the last 2 games in the playoffs on the road. So mission number 1 for us is going to be slow down that offense by any means necessary, whatever it is. But like if you're looking at the Baltimore offense, it's like walking into uh oh my god, how's it called in English, whatever the theme park attraction where you get really scared. House of Horrors.
Oh, a
It's basically
thriller.
it's basically walking into a
House of
House of
Horrors.
Horrors. You see, I mean, you look at the quarterback and it's Wigmore, and oh my god, that's so scary. And then you look at the backfield and you see T.Y. Gaines. Oh my god, Warren Murray. Oh my god. You look at the receivers. Oh my god, they have so many options. They can hit you however they can. But uh, I as I've said before, I have absolute trust in our defense. I know Art as being on a roll with his defensive game plans, and I'm sure that it's gonna be a great championship game, whatever the final outcome is.
Mm, mm, indeed. Uh-oh. Here comes Eddie. First of all,
Oh.
he says, "What's up? What up, though?" And then he says, "This is a chance
What's
Please.
up,
Oh my
Eddie?
God.
T-Pat
Please, Eddie.
and TJ to step down at the season." Oh my God. That would be wishful thinking. They ain't going nowhere.
I'm gonna tell you
And
something. I'm gonna tell you something about them two guys right there, man.
and then we
They
have
don't
Grant Hardaway.
they don't quit. They put everything into them Sims. So I was thinking about they need to put a tutoring class on Saturdays and charge $50 because man, they done cleaned up. They got some. I don't know what the two. It's like Pinky in the brain. I don't know which one's Pinky in the brain, but they trying to take over the world. So I don't know which one's who, but they trying to take over the world.
Well, I'll say this. I will say this. Yes, they do their thing, but with Art Vandelay and Mighty, I'm not sure if I don't know if Mighty's actually helping. But this is going to be a good game for everybody to watch, I think, because you have top tier caliber coaches, you have top tier caliber players in the teams. I mean, these are proven championship teams,
Hmm.
going against each other. And Florida has been aching to get back into the limelight again. I mean, because Florida was once one of the teams that was in Baltimore's shoes as far as who teams feared. Not they had anxiety about, like damn. I mean, like all right, we're gonna play them because iron sharpens iron, but I still
Hmm.
got that feeling in the pit of my stomach that makes me nervous when I see them on my schedule.
Oh yeah, most
And
definitely.
right. So there are a few teams that when you see that on your schedule, you're like, oh, just because you know how dedicated their coaches are, how dedicated that they are. I think like Alamo City had 5 members on their team scouting. 5 with their coaches, you know?
That's
So
what's
that's
up.
that dedication that helps win games, that puts you over the top, that gets you in this position. So you guys doing your thing.
Yeah. If you got a good front office and you got good people working the front office, things are gonna run smooth. You know what I mean? So I believe that teamwork is the best dream work, and we gonna make it happen. So that's, I think
Yeah.
I think
Well, I tell you
I think
what, Nate, y'all better make it happen.
we trying. We
Hold
trying.
on,
You
y'all,
know,
y'all,
we're on the mission.
hold on. Let me tell you this, because you see that did Florida and Baltimore meet the regular season? Yes, they did. Week 1, and Florida came out with a big win. I believe they scored 40, didn't they?
I'm
Yeah,
pretty sure we did, yeah.
yeah. They whooped our ass in front of lots of people. So I remember I was there. So I see how all the people in the convention was yelling for Florida. I remember. I don't forget. I took pictures. Trust and believe. I remember. Yeah, they was. It was Florida. It was Florida. It was Florida and Cincinnati that day. I got you. I understand. I understand.
I mean, the real tragedy of that game is that the first touchdown of the new era of the Simulation Football League was scored
Hmm.
by J.W. Doyle. So that's the
Hmm.
worst thing about everything, I guess.
I I just know we
I
got
bet he
walked
didn't
though.
shut up
That's all
about
I
that
can
either.
remember. Yeah, it's
Oh,
gonna be a fun game tomorrow. I
well,
can't wait.
it really is. And I can't wait either. And typically, I would make a pick, and I'm not going to do that. Don't get mad at me. Don't start atting me in the chat. Don't do that. No, I'm not. That's why I didn't wear. Sometimes I wear different colors. I didn't have anything red and blue because I didn't want to appear like, okay, well, you're rooting for. So I just wore white. Now, if one of y'all just happened to come out in all white, then that's the way it happens. But um,
Amen.
I'm not
Amen.
making a pick because I'm not making a pick because I don't want to. I feel like both teams. When I chose both of you guys to be in the championship to begin with,
Mm.
I felt like that was it right there. So whoever wins, they deserve it. Whoever wins this matchup, I'm cool with. Y'all have a spot on my show. So far, it's been just Baltimore. At the end of every season, it's been Baltimore.
I
The
like you in
Baltimore
red and black.
podcast.
I mean,
You look good in
they
red and
didn't
black.
every. You better
You
not
look
say that
good.
too loud, Eddie. Watch, he gonna be mad.
I mean, you look good.
You
I
trying
ain't
to
saying
court my
take the
quarterback,
color. I'm
but
just
no.
saying you look good in red and black. That's all. You know, we ain't trying to take nobody quarterback from other teams. We don't want to
Appreciate it, man.
do that.
You know how.
I'm sorry,
But
Eddie.
yeah, man. So it's gonna be a good matchup. I cannot personally wait to see. You're a boxer too. um, I'm, I'm looking forward to this matchup because it's really going to be which team makes the least amount of mistakes, um, and which defense is going to dominate because both teams have the ability to score, and Baltimore has a lot of weapons, and Jack Wigmore likes to he likes to spread the love, right? He likes to make sure everybody get a little taste. Where Ron
Hmm.
Cochran, he he favorites, but Charlie is definitely the workhorse. Charlie is definitely the one that could make a break. So if y'all don't contain Charlie, y'all could have some problems. And to Baltimore's point, if you guys don't do something about T Roy has been a beast. If y'all
Yeah,
don't contain T
he,
Roy,
he, he done
that's gonna be
told
a
Warren to
problem
sit
too.
out. He done told
So it's
Warren to
about
sit
the
on
defense
back,
this game.
man. He done told Warren to sit back, man. I got it, man. I got it.
Okay.
Yeah, but they both got 1,000 yards this year. That's what's so crazy about it, though.
I guess more chats. Here we go. Go ahead. Go ahead. Nate, go ahead.
Oh no, I was saying both our running backs. They both had 1,000 yards this year. So man, that's a good accomplishment for two guys, two Hall of Famers going to the championship game. Man. We don't need both their legs this
Hmm.
game, most definitely. So it's gonna be an epic battle. Like I said, we remember game one. So that's all I can tell you, man. We remember game one. And we focus on the revenge part.
Hey man, it's gonna be a revenge game
Man,
for us as
I mean,
well
T.
because I still remember that season 70 finals championship games.
Oh
It's gonna
yeah.
be
See?
revenge against revenge. It's gonna be
Yeah,
very
yeah,
interesting
right,
dynamic
right,
there.
exactly, exactly. It's gonna be a storm. It's a storm of vultures. It's going down. We're coming back to the net for sure.
Love it, man. Love it. So Grant Hardaway says that Christian, okay, I mean T Roy Gaines will be the X factor in this championship game. Then we have Maddie. AJ looks good all the time, not just in red and black, whatever, y'all. Oh, you're sweet, Maddie. Thank you, baby. Sweetheart. And oh, Eddie, here we go. I knew it. Ashley has a lifetime contract with Arizona. So, you know,
I'm just talking about
there it
colors,
is.
Eddie. Just colors, not the football field. She gonna be at Arizona. I already know. She will when she do those shows for us. She looks good in red and black. That's all. See, hopefully we see you Sunday.
There it is. Uh, there it is. says the revenge game. So that's
The
I guess that's what this is
revenge
gonna be
game.
called. Oh,
Sure.
so he says. So who's the home team? So
Florida.
wouldn't that be Baltimore?
Nah, Florida.
We
Florida?
had a better
Okay.
seating
Well, there you
coming
go.
in. We
Florida.
are the two seed.
Florida was number two. Yeah.
Yeah, and I think Baltimore was number 4, Nate.
Number four.
Okay.
Yeah. Number
Okay.
four.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
You know, we like to come to people's
Okay.
house and keep
So
their
y'all gonna
furniture
have to
over
go
and
into
put
the
all
eye of the
type of
storm.
things. Yeah. You know, I like we like to be on the road. We like to come in people's house and kick their furniture over, knock pictures down, and steal their vase and go in the refrigerator. That's what we do, man. The vultures, man.
All right. Don't let them strong winds blow y'all away. You know what I'm saying? You know how
Hey, hey, hey.
strong
It's a
wind.
lot. It's a lot of vultures. It's a storm against a storm, baby. Storm against a storm.
Oh man, I love it, guys. We're gonna switch gears a little bit. As you guys know, there have been some changes coming down the
Mm,
pipeline. First, let's talk about this. I don't know if y'all saw this yet. So, Cam released the alignment for the divisions. So, in the Pacific Division, you have LA, Portland, San Diego, Seattle, and Vancouver. On the south, you have ACA, Alamo City Artillery, Fort Worth Toros, Houston Headhunters, the Louisiana, excuse me, Louisiana Revolution, Mexico City Aztecs in the Central Division. We have the Scorpions, Denver Nightwings, Arizona Scorpions, Denver Nightwings, Indianapolis Ramblers, Minnesota Legends, jeez, Tulsa Desperados. In the East, you have the Atlanta Swarm, the Charleston Predators, the Carolina Skyhawks, Florida Storm, Jacksonville Kings, and in the North, you have Baltimore Vultures, Canton Classics, DC Dragons, Motor City V8s, and the Queen City
mm,
Corsairs. So, obviously, we are missing a few
mm.
teams. I'm not seeing Las Vegas there. I'm not seeing Sioux Falls there. So, guys, what do you think about this new lineup? I'll put it back up there just so y'all can see it.
Yeah. So teams done will they close their chapter or what?
Yeah,
Uh,
Crazy.
they went ahead and folded. I don't know if it's a
Uh,
permanent thing or.
right.
I'm sure it's going to be a very interesting change seeing going from the situation we have currently to 5 divisions with 5 teams in every
Mm-hmm.
division. I'm looking forward to our particular division because we have a history with the Charleston Predators, and we have met with the Carolina Skyhawks in the past. So I'm very very happy to see the lineup for that division. I'm a little bit sad to see to lose the Revolution in the process, considering they're moving to the south since we had a very nice rivalry brewing over there. But it's looking good to
Mm.
me. I'm really interested to see how this affects the schedule and how it affects the overall prepping time, the future plans for the league to move forward to uh, 14 games. I don't think this season. It's going to be the season after that. I might be wrong. I can't remember.
Mm, I believe this is the season where this is a shorter off season, and we're actually going to
Mhm.
be starting soon. I believe we're going to be starting in
Yeah.
January as opposed to like March. Hmm.
Oh God, I have to start making my rookie draft board. Oh
Like
boy.
yesterday.
Yeah. Yeah, like yesterday. No, I mean it's going to be interesting. I'm sure. I'm really looking forward to see the new dynamics of the league with this specific structure and see whatever rivalries all the new come out of this situation we're actually in this moment in.
I agree. I agree. Other news. Look at this logo. Look what the Minnesota Legend have done. Look at it. For those that can't
They
see, the Minnesota Legend
they
has
don't
actually changed, revamped their logo.
they don't stop, do they?
And
They got artwork for
no, they
days
just
over
want to
there,
make
huh?
sure.
Yeah, I ain't mad at them. Get it out there. Get
Hey,
it out there.
it looks good. I like this one better.
Mm-hmm.
The facial features are more defined. It looks like he's strong standing there. I see a big foot print there and stuff like that. So they
Yeah,
really
I
are
like that
just
one.
coming up with
I
different
like that
things,
one.
different ways.
Yeah,
Yeah.
ain't nothing wrong with it. You got to strive to survive.
The alternative primary
I
logo
know.
really hits home. It's like, yeah, I don't want to deal with that.
I mean, yeah, that oh, exactly. You looking at him and you like, you know what? I don't need those problems in my life.
No,
I'm good.
absolutely not at all. But they're a great team. Love everyone in Minnesota. Love Stephen Black, the GM from that team. So they're always on it, man. They continue doing great things at every corner, at every turn that the SFL takes. So it's been amazing looking at what they've been doing in the past seasons. So kudos to Minnesota. Great
Hmm.
rebranding.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Love those guys. We got some new rule changes that were introduced. Actually today, maybe a few hours ago. And as you know, unfortunately, I don't have any coaches on the show. I did invite some coaches on, but of course, everybody's busy. You have the off season that you're dealing with, preparing for the off seasons and things like that. So I'm sure I'm going to have like a coaches show, and they'd be more than happy to talk about some of these rule changes that have come along. But first, we're going to talk about what worked. So, Cameron Irvine is the commissioner of the Simulation Football League, for those that do not know, for my listeners on the radio. And he has put together articles um, basically announcing different rule changes, different things happening in the league, versus him actually making big announcements in the Discord. He writes these fantastic articles to keep everyone informed. So, today he released some of the biggest differences that worked. So, and bear with me because if you would like to actually read this article, you can go to simulationfl.net and be able to pull this up to see it for yourself. But I need to kind of blow this up and make it a little bigger because the way my eyes work. Okay. So, after the first season of the SFL football on 4K23, the league has reviewed and analyzed its core positive and negatives on the field of play for season 21, and with that has adjustments to gameplay and to roll out for season 22. There's some the article has highlights as well as what worked, what didn't work, what they're going to be keeping an eye out for, what we're closely tracking, and what changes will be. So quickly going over some of this, what did work was quarterbacks threw less interceptions, which I for one am appreciative of because I seemed like I was the one that was throwing most of them back in the old game. But um, yes, so quarterbacks are throwing less interceptions. Um, with every game switch, teams have the ability to now choose 33, well, had the ability to choose 33 unique um, playbook identities for their team, and every single playbook was used at least twice this season. And the most popular playbook was used 32 times over a 14-week period and was never used by more than four teams in a given week. Of the 32 times the playbook was used, it generated an 18 to 14 record for the team that used it. No one book had distinct advantage over another, meaning how your playbook and rosters are constructed and how they complement each other is more important than choosing a good or bad playbook base. So, gentlemen, before I move on to what we're tracking, did you all want to have anything to add to that?
It's very encouraging to see the data on the playbook usage, because I think most of the coaches, most of the guys who actually had a hand into game planning, might have thought, oh, okay, there is this specific playbook which is completely overpowered, and it's going to be the only playbook that's going to be used for the rest of eternity. And seeing this kind of data is really encouraging from a coaching perspective. I think, even if I'm not directly involved with prepping the playbook each week, but yeah, I think the situation we're looking at is looking good. We knew that the the new game is going to be was going to be a work in progress, and there are really promising there are really promising results that we're looking at going forward.
Okay.
Yeah,
Nate, did you want to
I
add
don't.
anything before I moved on?
Yeah, because I haven't done any sims. I'm more just a scout for real. So when we just came from AFP, I was kind of getting used to that. So now I gotta get used to this. So once I start simming and start getting my own little feel of my own how to do it my own self, then maybe I got, you know what I mean? Because I don't understand. I just know you put like 79 plays in or so certain, and then AI takes over from there. You know what I mean? And AI does us bad
Yeah.
sometimes. So,
Well,
but
the thing is, we want to try to get away from, saying that the AI is the cause of the blame and things like that, only because
mhm,
you don't want it to be a cop out for some people. I mean, sometimes people just made bad play decisions. That's it. At the end of the day,
in
you
fact,
didn't put
right,
something in the
right,
playbook you were supposed to put, or
exactly.
there's been times where there have been times where I've been, let in on some secrets like, hey, you know what, Ash, I didn't do what I was supposed to do, and that's the reason why. Well, why the heck? Why didn't you take your time, man? What was going on, man? I was just rushing. That so
Hmm.
you can't fix that. You know what I'm saying? So,
Right.
but I understand where you're coming from, though. All right. So things that the league is going to be watching closely. So dropbacks, quarterbacks dropping back more times than they wanted. This is a complex issue, and the league wants to see how coaching and player progression, plus an increase in pass plays called, develops in the area before it can identify if if a change needs to be made. Could it be just a one-off thing where it was just the game, just us introducing modding the game? Maybe that was the reason that um sacks, maybe more sacks occurred than they were supposed to. um but it was 447 sacks this season. So
Mm.
kickers made 97% of their field goals during the game. And of course, that's always good. I know my kicker is absolutely excited about it. Shout out JT Delaney. Um, and this season, there was a lack of diversity in penalties called, with almost all penalties being called on the defense. I know that pissed both of y'all off. The league
So,
has had some early success in getting a better balance of penalty calls, and there will be updated penalty sliders for season 22. They are still in development and will be released at a later date. So, penalty sliders. I had no idea that was a thing, guys. What do y'all think about
yeah,
this?
it'll be cool if they got some
Would y'all
sacks and
agree?
shit. Turn the sacks up for me a little bit. Sheesh. I only got two this season. They all came to the playoffs, but they came at a great time. So I guess I don't know. So two thumbs up. I guess I don't know.
You got it when
Well,
it mattered. That's all it means.
That's they try to tell me, but I still feel some way. I think I should have been doing more damage during the season, but we'll take the 2 sacks during the playoffs. All for the team.
I'm not
Ooh.
gonna argue with Nate regarding sacks amount, but we'll see how that evolves in the future. Seeing if it's, as they're saying, it's just a situation about how the builds of the players have to uh, move towards the new game rather than the new game adapting to the current builds. But yeah,
Hmm.
we'll see. I'm curious to see what the league decides to go for in the future.
Hmm.
I agree.
No,
Okay, now
I did like the structure of the game though, because I had to get used to it because this new version, they do a lot more realistic plays, jump to the end zone and the ball tapping and somebody can pick it
Mhm.
off. It's more easier and it's starting to look a little bit more clear than the last season. So I'm starting to adapt, and I think it's turned out real well.
You know, and what I did notice before I continue, before I anything, continue on, I noticed that when you watch the game on television, so if you got like a Roku television, something where you can just watch YouTube on your TV, man, that
Yeah.
game looks beautiful. I was
Hmm.
watching
Good graphics.
I was watching a couple of the games. Yeah. You can see the details more. Like you can see when coaches like make like little like for instance in the Arizona thing, you can actually see my logo up front, like the SFL Knights logo up in the stands, and
Hmm.
then you can see the "Say It with Your Chest" there. Like you can see more of the details.
Yeah.
You can see more of the details of the clothing of everybody too. So it's nice. Y'all should
Putting
take a
little
look at it.
posters, putting
Yeah,
little posters up and all type of things in the game, and
Hmm.
I
yeah.
know. I personally I requested to insert a sneaky flag from the old Venetian nation, the flag of the Serenissima, to be put in the eye. So every time I spot it, it's like, hey, I know what that is.
Nice.
Right.
I like it. And see, it's those little things that makes everything, it makes this game a little bit better. It's different, because you're able to
Hmm.
see those little added things. All right, we'll go
Hmm.
ahead and finish up. I wanted this to be like an hour, so we're getting through this. We're getting through this. All right. So, what is getting fixed for season 22? And I'm sure there might be a little bit of pushback on this. Since this article just came out a few hours ago, maybe everybody hasn't read it yet. But 98 times this season, a starting running back had 30 or more carries in the SFL game. In the NFL this season, only 6 teams averaged 30 rushes per game, and not a single player averaged over 20. In a league where 800 over 800 players all hoping to make a difference. That large number of touches going to start running backs. Um, going to starting running backs is unjustified. After weeks of testing all teams, custom playbooks and generic playbooks, replayed and random matchups, the unequivocal best results for season 22 came from turning the running back and fullback stamina all the way down to zero. Now, looks like what's going to happen for the season 21. Every fullback and every running back stamina will be at zero, but this does not mean that they've lost all their ability to move forward at all. Rather, stamina is fuel efficiency of a vehicle. In-game fatigue, which is determined by the workload. So basically, we want a more realistic workload. We want to see these guys get tired quicker, so the second string, third string can actually get a chance to come out there and play. Why draft these people if they can't play, right? So this is
Right.
a way
Hmm.
for them to try to make it. Teams will no longer be able to add formations on either side of the ball to base playbooks. Um, And I actually wanted to see what coaches thought about that in particular. That's why I was kind of wishing that I had one here. But we'll have all off season to talk about this. Um, Another interesting fact was in season 22, teams will have a regular season playbook restriction of four. Once a team has used all four base playbooks once, they'll only be able to select those from those four base books for the remainder of the season. Once teams make the playoffs, they will only be able to select from the base books that they were selected in the regular season, even if they didn't use the max of the four base books in the regular season. So, whew, that was a lot to unpack.
That
Um,
was a lot, man. Shay,
that was a
thank you.
lot. You're welcome. But so those were some of the changes that um that Cam is going to be making, and I'm not sure how everybody is going to receive them. So I'm actually curious, how do you guys perceive this new news? Is this something that you're going to find detrimental to your team? Do you think that these changes are going to be instrumental in helping change things for the better? What do you think about this, guys?
I think it's good because a lot of people may say they think we might got the advantage. Maybe I don't know. Maybe that's how some people think, but uh, I know the guys on my team. They gonna make it work regardless. So I know how they work. You know what I mean? If we got here from we started from the beginning of the season, it looked like it was an uphill battle for. I thought we was gonna go. It was gonna be a struggle, but we turned it around so fast, and I didn't even see how fast we turned it around. And after all this time and all these games, we made it to the championship. So gotta give credit to the coaching staff because even the guys that helped him put the stuff together, Jack and I think Mac Chima, um, T. Roy, they understand the game and they got what it figured out real quickly. And I think that's going to be the process. You just got to figure it out. Your team got to be as a whole. Everybody got to play their part. So I think that's going to probably be the key from here on out. You're going to have to use a lot of more brain power and different schemes to try to finesse other teams and to get these victories. So it's going to probably be a great thing. Just got to get used to it. That's all.
Mm. Alessandro?
Of course, I'm considering this. This article came out like a couple hours ago. I hadn't had the chance to test anything about this in any kind of sims yet.
Mm.
So of course the stamina change is going to be a big difference, especially if the what the league is looking forward to is to have more of a running back by committee situation rather than the single running back taking the majority of the work. But honestly, out of these three changes, one of the one that really interests me is the one about the teams that will not be able to add formations to a base playbook, because honestly, that's one of the things that really irked me during the games in this season, seeing that situation with the blitz glitch
Mm.
on defense was honestly not great. You're just there looking at your team and saying, "Oh God, please don't just all blitz. Please just don't all blitz." And whenever that happens, it's just a gut to your punch that takes the joy out of it. So I for one am really happy to see this coming in. Sure, it might limit the variety of the playbooks, but I'm sure we can live with it if that means that that kind of glitch is gone.
I agree. And, I felt like it was overwhelming even though you had the unique ability to choose with 33 different playbooks, and then you can change the formations and interchange those. It's good to be able to do that so you can always keep people guessing, but at the same time,
Mm,
how can you scout for so many different possibilities? You don't have enough hours in a day to scout for 33 different books with all of these different added things that could be added to it. So it is
Hmm.
overwhelming, especially since we're having shorter seasons now. I mean, well, longer extended seasons now and shorter off seasons. So
Yeah.
maybe chunking it down a little bit is easier for coaches to be like, okay, I'm on these what work for me, these four, I love these four, and we're just gonna interchange them like that. I don't see why it would be a big deal. Um, if anything, I could see it helping. The stamina thing, I did also read within the article that that money will be returned to the players and it will not
Hmm.
count against the salary cap. Okay,
Hmm.
that's
okay.
as long they get their money back. And it's only a few players I believe that the article said reference that it was going to affect. So they get their money back. They're happy. The league would set it at zero so that way people can have a more realistic gaming experience, and then we can see how it goes, because after all this was a learning year. We had to figure out what things we didn't know, and now that we know certain things, now we can change them.
I got a
So
I got a
uh,
question though. So what about the
yeah.
SFLM? Were they stats attribute to the going to the SFL, or how would that work?
Now that
That's
I'm
what I'm
not sure
saying.
about. That
So they
is
will they
that
go
is definitely a
will
Cam
they
question.
will they go back to zero also? You know what I mean? That's you know what I'm saying. So
So if he's implementing, one would think so. It's because you are implementing that change for the major leagues, and if they're going to be pulled into the major leagues, then that means maybe
so
they
you
shouldn't be
gotta get the
focused on stamina now.
right. You gotta really put your mind to it. Find the best
Yeah,
attributes for your player. Yeah.
Yep.
yeah, and it's really important for coaches and for coaches and owners that are working directly with and GMs. Um, to definitely try to guide their players in the right direction as far as the progressions are concerned, because you're literally making or breaking someone's player, and it's not like the old game where you can just shave some stuff off and then get it back. Like it's going to take
Right.
you weeks
Weeks.
if you
Yeah.
mess up.
Yeah. But
Oh
see
yeah.
me.
So
Oh
You
yeah.
see me. I'm just not getting a sack in the playoffs. So I'm getting my strength now. I guess I don't know. I was in the back burner all year. They kept me
they were
simmering.
saving you for.
They
They just
kept me.
wanted
They
you to
kept me
shine
on
at this
simmer.
time, mate.
Hey, that's cool. Hey, I'm here for them. I ain't saying nothing. I ain't saying nothing. As long as I get to shine, I want to shine with everybody else.
I know that's right. I know that's right. All right, guys. Before I let you go, I got a few questions for you. Looks like we got some more people that have joined in too. Actually, no. Oh, yay, my sister. This is my sister in real life, y'all, LaDonna. Hey, sis, you look great. Love you. I love you too. You look great too. I really wish you
Y'all
come
look
out here
like
and see me, honey. I
twins.
miss you. I need. You should see us. Oh my God, you should see us.
I
She's
already
way
know.
shorter than me, by the way. Like I'm
Uh,
I'm already 5'2". She like 5 even.
nothing
So,
wrong with it. Ain't nothing wrong with it. Ain't
but
You look
yeah, that's
taller
my
on the field,
sister.
actually.
nothing.
No. Oh yeah, definitely. Because in real life, nah. Oh my God. So it looked like Christian Bagger Jalupy. Defensive rushers came at the quarterback in odd ways sometimes. I would agree with that. And even
Hmm.
Biggie got a sack, and it was like people that would normally get sacks got sacks. So hey, I mean, it was a good way to keep people guessing, I guess. You know.
Hmm.
But I wanted to do something fun to end things off. I got like 3 or 4 questions I want to do. And this is would you rather. So typically I would do like a weird sports rule kind of thing where I look up something, and more than likely you guys wouldn't know about this rule, or maybe very few people would know about this rule. But I got a few questions I want to ask you, kind of like a rapid fire thing, both of y'all. And I want to know, would you rather do one thing or the other thing and why? So,
Oh,
Okay.
would you rather be the star of a bad team or an average player of an elite team?
average player of an elite team, no question.
I did on that same answer. Yes, I would want to be average. I want to be. I don't, want, I don't like this light. I ain't got time to be talking to everybody, going to interviews. I just want to be cool and just get rings.
All right. So, would you rather watch a regular season game courtside or a high season playoff game from the rafters?
Mm,
Mm, I'll take the regular season game courtside, hoping it's not too bad of a regular season game. Hoping it's not like the game that is completely with terrible quarterbacks, everybody's injured, the teams have 2 wins combined. But I like courtside. I
yeah,
think I'd enjoyed
Okay.
it more.
never been courtside in my life, so I'm a red seat bleeder. I even went to San Francisco to watch San Francisco lose to Cincinnati, and I was in the red. And I'm a 49ers fan, and we got our ass kicked by Cincinnati,
Mm,
and it was
that's
terrible.
weird.
But well,
Okay. We're gonna have to talk about that some other time. I don't know how you got those two, but okay.
I'll tell you, but yeah, like, Tom, we got you. We make a story about it.
Oh my gosh. Let's see. Okay, would you rather would you rather have a really cool uniforms and a rundown ugly stadium or a state of the art stadium with ugly uniforms?
Mm,
I'll take
sheesh.
the uniforms. I'm a big
Okay.
I'm a big fan of really awesome looking jerseys. So I'll take the Commander Stadium with fire jerseys.
Another Commander Stadium. Say fresh stadium with the SFL stadium, huh? I think
Yep.
I'll take uniform. I like looking fresh. I like to have fresh uniforms.
Okay.
Yeah, that'd be the best, man.
All right. So, would you rather be an elite or an underdog player?
Mm, underdog.
Yeah, I would agree.
Under.
Why?
I love voting for the underdogs. I don't care. And you win money off that too if you gamble. I always bet on the underdogs, man, because they win more money.
Okay. Okay. You right though. You right.
For sure.
Okay. So, if you were a coach, let's say we're gonna put our coaching hats on. Would you rather retire as a forgotten coach with a winning record, or a famous coach known to lose championships?
Shoot, you got some good questions,
Oh,
man. Man. Mm. I gotta go with the first one.
I don't know.
Yeah.
I think I'll go with the second instead.
So, okay, so Nate, you would retire as a forgotten coach with a winning record, and
Yeah.
Alessandro, you want to be a famous coach known for losing championships.
I mean, hopefully not this one, but I'm not coaching, so we're fine. We're fine.
Exactly.
We're fine.
You're fine.
Just want to ride off to the
Okay.
sunset, just to win the coach and I won everything. But don't nobody bother me. That's old news. I don't want to be the one like, you never
Okay.
won nothing, but you won all the games. Nah.
Yeah.
All right then. This was a good one. Would you rather get paid a lot? Would you rather get paid a lot to be on a bad team, or paid below average to be on an elite team? Now this is payment. This is how you
Hmm.
get your money. So which
Hmm.
one
Mm,
would you rather?
Below average elite team.
Below average elite
I
team.
want some. I want some of that money. Give me some of that money, man. I need some attributes, man. I need some tackles. I need some TFLs. I want 5 sacks a game. I want all that. And an interception. That defensive tackle.
I know that's right. Hey, no wrong answers, man. No wrong answers here. All right.
TJ T-Pat, send me some money, man. Send me some money. Pay me.
Baby. Oh my God. Oh my God. Okay. Would you rather have a long, average playing career or a short, fantastic career cut short by an injury?
Oh,
Man,
that's tough. Mm.
It is.
that's kind of like a Bo Jackson, and like Bo Jackson had the greatest career, but it only did 4 years up against a Joe Mixon. Nah, I don't
Right?
know. That's a toss up right there. Either which they drink champs, we take a shot on that one. So I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. That's a
What about
tough
you,
one.
Alessandro? Well, you got to choose one of them.
Uh, I will choose the average
I'm gonna be.
career.
I'm gonna be.
I
I'll be
don't
the.
like the idea of being injured. I just don't.
Yeah, yeah. I don't want to be injured either. Just, I'll try. I'll fight all the years. If I just get 2 yards of carry, I'm cool. You know what I
I
mean?
mean,
I got
if I was really good at something and I had to quit because of something that wasn't my personal choice, that would probably break me inside. So
Yeah.
Mm,
I think I'd
Yeah.
rather pick the average, the longer career. I mean,
hmm
Okay. Two more, and that's it. Would you rather attend a World Series game or a Super Bowl?
Super
Super Bowl.
Bowl.
I
Yeah,
don't care
kind of
much
figured.
for baseball.
Yeah, don't nobody
That
play
was it.
baseball no more, man. It's too cold up here.
I'm
It's too cold up in Ohio to be out there trying to hit the balls. You know what I mean? Like we ain't on that, man.
yeah, you don't know.
Nah.
I mean, y'all could get a roof, that so you don't have to be
Still,
cold, but
it's gonna be colder up there. You try to freeze us over here. Like we right here by this water, by this little
that's
Ohio
true.
river, this little Ohio
That's
river
true.
right here. Nah, we ain't on that. We cool. It's already
That's
chilly outside right now.
okay.
Nah, I'm cool.
You good. Last question. Last question. Would you rather ensure overtime or risk losing and win in regulation? Make a play that will ensure that you guys have overtime, or do a big risk losing and win in regulation.
Damn, you know what? We done did both of them, so that's crazy. We done did both of them. That's crazy. Mm. It would
You
have,
know
it
what?
would have, it would have to be the tie in overtime. So that was just the first one was?
Okay.
You tied. Yeah,
Ensuring overtime.
yeah, sure, overtime.
I think I'll pick the high risk, high reward option because at the end of the day, it's a game. Let's
Yeah.
play. Let's
Right,
go for
exactly.
it.
Okay. Interesting. Well, guys, that was it. I want to thank y'all so much for taking time out with me. I'm going to go through the chat shout outs right quick, see if we have anything that was to you guys. While you guys get your final thoughts together, what you want to say, I'm going to give you guys the last word, so you can think about shout outs you want to give, any final things you want to say right before your game that's going to be happening. But I'm gonna start
Yeah.
off with Matthew Sullivan. I am the definition of an average player on an elite team. I can't with you. I cannot with you, man. Yeah, Commander Stadium is some trash. Dang, bro. Y'all need to leave him alone. Y'all. And Maddie said, "Go ahead and follow that money, man. He understands. Follow the money."
Man, thank you.
Uh,
Trying to get the pay me.
I can see that. I can see that.
Christian Baggage Lupi says Super Bowl unless Orioles or Nationals are in the World Series game, and the Washington Commanders. I'm sorry, Washington and Ravens aren't in the Super Bowl. And then Maddie says depends on the situation, but if all the marbles in championship games, I would risk a loss and go for the win. See, all right, hey, it depends on the risk that you want to take.
Sure.
I'm more of the hey, let's make sure we can make it. If it's a situation to where we're right outside the red zone and I got to throw, and if I know the secondary is badass, oh, we got a problem, bro. We might want to go ahead and just let this thing right on out to a tie and go to the overtime because I
Right.
don't want to risk throwing an interception, you know? So this
And
depends.
they try to blame it all on you,
Yeah, you know it.
huh?
You know it. But I'm gonna go ahead and let give y'all the last word. So I'm gonna start with you first. Well, actually, whoever wants to go first, y'all get your last words in. And I want to say while you both here that I wish y'all the best of luck on on game day, and may the best team win. And you guys will have a spot on my
Appreciate
show
it.
to celebrate.
All right. I'll go first. Can I go first, please? Let me see.
Sure.
Sure.
Just want to say, hope everyone had a happy, grateful Thanksgiving yesterday. You know what I mean? 'Cause we can't be nowhere without our family. We got to take care of our people, and people got to take care of us. The one to send a shout out to my Vulture family over there, from the coaches, staff, and we're working on something. We're trying to keep working on something, and hopefully we come out with that win tomorrow. And just let's just have fun, man. We in this SFL to have fun. We ain't trying to be bickering about who did this, who did what. It's all about having fun and getting to the next season and just keep competing. I enjoy being in the SFL. I love being around you guys. Even when y'all came to Cincinnati, y'all brought a whole bunch of people that didn't like the vultures. It's cool. I'm not mad. We're gonna thank day after Thanksgiving. I'm not about to give you this disruption. You know what I'm saying? But I just want to let y'all know tomorrow's tomorrow, and we back here for the sixth time trying to get a sixth championship. And I say, got love for you, AJ, Alex. Good luck to you tomorrow. Let's have a great one, man. Thank you.
Hmm.
Welcome, man. See you soon.
All right, see you later. Peace.
Bye, Nate.
All right. And for you, Alice. Alessandro.
Yeah, just massive shout outs to the whole Storm organization from top to bottom. The amount of work that Mighty and Art put in every single week to make us perform on the field on game day is insane. So a lot of respect for those two guys and lots of love for them too. Uh, shout outs to the whole front office. Shout out to the whole team, to everyone who just uh, comes up in game chat in VC to make the experience 10 times better than it would actually be just watching the game on YouTube. And thanks to everybody who works behind the scenes at the, the Simulation Football League, because without them, without their work, we wouldn't be having this much fun all the time, and we wouldn't be here at like 3:30 in the morning talking overseas to an amazing person as you are, Ashley.
Thank you, man. That really means a lot. And I had no idea it was 3 a.m. I'm so
Mhm.
thank you so much for your
Time zones.
time. It's true. Thank you so much for your time. I really appreciate it. Whenever you have a minute, maybe I could do an earlier show and have you on it so you can get you some rest. But I really appreciate your time and good luck to y'all tomorrow, okay?
Thank you, Ashley. It's been a pleasure.
Hey, pleasure's mine. I will see you tomorrow. right, everybody, that is it. Thank you so much for joining us this evening. Special shout out goes out to Alessandro Tomaello and Nate Brown for being on the show. I really appreciate it. And I really appreciate you for taking time out of your busy day to just drop in and say hi, drop in to see what we got going on here. I'm looking forward to bringing you another great podcast next week. But before I even go through that, I want to say this. Um, it is important that we realize and we remember that we are all here to enjoy the league for what it is. We are here to hear our names called on the field, watch our players, someone that represents us out there, having a good time with our brothers and our sisters. It is important that we remember that we are not the only ones in the league that are here to have a good time. Sometimes we may say things, sometimes we may do things that we feel that are okay, that is not to others. Got to be cognizant of that. We got to be mindful of that. Um, just because you can say it, that doesn't mean that you should say it, especially if you know it's going to alienate somebody. And we're all here to have fun. Why do all of that? Why even be in that whole mind frame, that whole, put out that energy, right? Because a lot of us here are here to escape reality, have, fun with our friends, be able to get into a reality where we're not going to be playing football out here in real life. Some of us may be, but I know I'm not. And when I'm here, I want to have a good time. When I'm here, don't want to see the argument, the unnecessary arguments, the unnecessary bickering. Why? At the end of the day, we're all avatars on the field. At the end of the day, this is just a game. Got to remember that. So, but again, I am looking forward to bringing you another great podcast next week, y'all. But until then, y'all stay safe, treat each other well. For Nate, for Alexandro, Striker, we're out. Enjoy the game tomorrow. Link in the description. And can't wait to hang out and see what happens. Good luck, y'all. Peace.
ATL Jacob, ATL Jacob. It's all that you still